Season 22 is mind-blowing. SMG are never gonna be the same. Machine guns taking over the meta. We got dual wield, new map, new game mode, massive rework on recon beacons, tons of nerfs, buffs, and lots of other cool stuff. So grab yourself a drink, snack, sit down tight, we are starting. So the long-awaited new map is massive. It has cool cyberpunk neon vibes and stands out from any other maps in Apex. Mobile Legends gonna shine this season because there is a lot of verticality in this map. Lots of tall buildings, zip lines, and that is the only map that has horizontal and vertical launch cannons at once. So developers put a lot of effort that E-District, that's the name of new map, would appeal to the majority of players. After recent drama, they trying to bring back a lot of player base. So the new map has a little from every previous and it's all well mixed up under the new sauce. It has a big number of POIs, so everyone definitely gonna find a lovely place to land. Next crazy change we got with machine guns, and I can assure you with all my confidence of a 5000 hours day one player that machine guns gonna take over meta this season. They were nerfing them for years because whiny people always cry about that they are too strong. So Spitfire lost damage, people will not beam with it at 100-meter range. And look what happened. And after Spitfire era, begin L-Star era. And guess what? People weren't happy either. Then they started to nerf in the hipfire spread, because people who can't one clip and go to reload in open area without any cover suddenly get spanked with slow return fire. And guess what they do now? They reverse all hipfire nerfs. And moreover, they buff hipfire. So the longer you shoot, the more accurate you are. But you think that's it? Hell no! We got a new golden hop-up which provides a 40 HP rechargeable hand shield, just like Gibby has. And if you use machine gun with Gibby, his hand shield gets upgrade. It becomes a golden color and instead of 50 holds up to 75 damage. So in total, if you count a 225 HP armor and 75 HP hand shield, that's total 300 health. What a freaking chungus do we got here, ladies and gentlemen. So as you see, developers creating a problem which they gonna solve next. And I can bet a half of a cookie that people gonna whine about that and nerf gonna be coming very soon. So have some fun, it won't last very long. I am telling you guys, something big is going on under the curtain. I'm quite positive that they are hiring new people, because they touched few things that they didn't touch for a whole lifespan of Apex. You ready? All caustic barrels are now green. Yep, that's right, we got a big caustic situation over here. This hero is so popular that we need to immediately fix the ginormous problem with caustic barrels. The entire map is littered with those barrels and poor players can't go anywhere. Hold on, for 5 years we were handling this situation somehow, but now, what a relief. I think we all earned the badge of a survivor of a caustic barrel apocalypse. I just can't stop memeing about that. I can't imagine situation other than this. Alright guys, we need to make the game better so players will come back. Any ideas? Make sniping viable as other weapons? No. Fix cheater problem? Maybe make a reactive in-game skins, new cool finishes and colorful animated badges, and overall more quality skins instead of crap we usually do? No. Let's change the color of caustic traps, so your team gonna know that that's yours. Damn son. That's exactly what we needed all those long 5 years. You're getting a raise. Next big thing, we got Mozambique and P2020 dual wield. And it looks amazing, and I cannot wait to make a time to kill comparison with the rest of the guns. So if you want to see that, stay tuned. So, for dual wield, you just need to grab 2 Mozambiques or P20s, and all upgrades gonna mirror to the second gun. And you can just hold left click for automatic mode instead of clicking. Just imagine a Mad Maggie with dual Mozambiques and a perk for auto-reload shotguns after each knockdown. And add here her shotgun passive for a move speed and speed boost from her ult. Holy guacamole, that's gonna be huge. By the way, did you guys know that now you can clearly see enemy shields and health bars while you shoot in them? That's freaking awesome! It's like Sears Tactical, but for everyone. Unfortunately, your allies cannot see those health bars and you still need to make a callouts for low HP targets. That thing is good for newbies who's not used to make a quick math inside their head and count how many damage they done and how many health left based off what colors of a shield they see. For me, as an old player, that comes natural and I'm not even think about that. So instead all of that, now you can just see. For newcomers, that's huge W. And need to mention that that thing drastically helps to track people down when there is a lot of visual shit going on. And you can't see your target, but you can follow up shots just like with hit markers. Also, there is no more aim flinch when you are being shot with no shield. That's really cool change. Unfortunately, outside the ring you still gonna get that because developers don't want you to fight outside the ring. But still, those are awesome changes. And we have no more classic pubs, at least for a while. And we got a revival mode where you can respawn if your team is still alive. And you can do that infinite amount of times till ring 4. Then the real battle royale begins. And we got back a straight shot game mode, when you can find on the ground a prefitted weapon of different rarity. Next crazy change is that controller legend can remotely pick up their left staff from a distance up to 75 meters, if it's been undamaged of course. This is really handy, especially for Rampart, because cooldown of her walls is quite long. And the most craziest change is that all controller legend can get an extra chunk of shields if they play inside of safe zone. You can get that after using a special station and can replenish back with any battery. That's very interesting change with big consequences. Just do the math. You take Caustic, he got 15% damage reduction, got 225 HP, plus bonus shields from this perk, and has machine gun hand shield. Do you know how much this is? The amount of damage required to knock him down is a whopping 327 HP. I'm watching on that from a perspective that over years time to kill in Apex has increased by a lot. In early seasons you got only 100 HP after landing and you need to find white shield to had 150 HP. And nowadays you had 150 right after landing. So you see where it goes, right? Big amount of heroes in a different ways at late stage of the game can squeeze out up to 300 HP, and that's crazy. So you need to shoot more, track your target more, and it's gonna be way harder to win 1v2 or 1v3 scenarios because the enemy has more HP in total. And don't forget about hard hitting weapons like Wingman with Skull Piercer. I bet it's gonna need 3 headshots to kill. So if we analyze changes like that, we can see a clear pattern. Developers are slowly increasing the overall amount of health in order to make gunfights longer. Developers are slowly increasing the overall amount of health in order to make gunfights longer at late stage of the game when player had all best gear. And that's according to their logic supposed to make game more intense. Guys, I'm not sure how that's gonna feel, because the necessity of shoot, aim, track longer creates a bigger gap between skilled and unskilled players. Also, it creates a lot of frustration when you put a whole clip in that bastard and he's still kicking. Also, there is a new perk for Recon class. When you aim in downside, enemies in a certain range are highlighted red, so you can see them more clearly. It's quite similar to Bloodhound ult, but I'm not sure how I'm feeling about that. It certainly helps to see better, especially on a night map, but you need to aim downside for that. And you're definitely not gonna walk around like that. And if you are not a recon, enemies has a red outline, so you can spot them better if there is no smoke or no other obstructions. Also, Recon Tower has some changes. Now they won't scan whole map and reveal only 500 meters circle around them. This is very interesting change, especially for ranked games, because now after scan you just can't make a safe road till the next zone, and you need to move from tower to tower with limited amount of information and make a decision each time you scan. And usage of that towers definitely gonna drag attention, so teams around gonna fight for a right to make a scan. And on paper that sounds very interesting. Also, we got a huge buff to a crypto. Now he has a perk which will allow him to go fully invisible while he's flying his drone. And that thing has a huge potential. Because it fixes his vulnerable state while he's flying, and that's a huge window of opportunities to make a big plays. Just imagine, you being chased by a trio, and now you just make around the corner and disappear. Or you even can make an ambush with that, just stand on the road, and when somebody passes you, your team starts shooting him, and you suddenly strike in the back. Damn, that's so freaking cool idea, I need to try it. Also, I'm just wondering how fast skilled player gonna solve 2+2 and learn how to find him by observe from where drone was fly out. Also, you can shoot that flying drone and catch Mom's Hackerman with his pants down. And don't forget that Bloodhound and Seer can easily get dumpstered that smartass. We got very exciting future moments. Next we got some buffs with Rampart's ult. Now you can access it way earlier and it's very similar to the Vantage ult. So you now can use Sheila even when it's not fully charged. So I'm telling you, they definitely hire someone new for those ideas. For real, ideas of those changes were lying on the surface, but for years they didn't make it. And some good news for Seer's mains. Now he can use his tactical twice, but at the cost that it gonna last half duration. That's a new perk, so if you prefer old variant, you can just not use it. So on a paper, Seer becomes twice stronger in terms of preventing revives and healings. Also, Ballistic received a major buff. Now you can't just ignore overhit or force it, because you're gonna take additional 30 damage if it happens. And if you take a perk for 2 Whistlers, overall damage from 2 overhits can be up to 100 HP. And that's massive. But let's be real, guys, I'm quite sure that 1v1 gonna end after first overhit, so that gonna happen not very often. As I said in my previous video about most fun legends to play, Vantage needs some love from developers, and she gets that. Now second shot from her ultimate deals a whopping 125 damage and 175 to a head. But unfortunately, first shot is still weak. Me personally would prefer that those extra 25 HP damage would add to first shot instead of second, so her sniper rifle become more in line with Sentinel. I don't know what stands behind developers' logic, maybe they want to encourage for consecutive hits. Now when first ring closes, all looted beans are gonna be replenished with new normal and yellow ones. So that's another very interesting change, especially for ranked games. Now respawned team got a chance to reset and loot some in already vacuumed POIs. So mid game gonna have some more loot and healing, which is great. Also they're gonna spawn an airdrop crate, which contains a lot of goodies. But there is a caveat, everyone on their map will see where it stands. So expect a lot of gunfights for it. And that's very interesting mechanic, but I get a feeling that we already got something like that. A freaking airdrop. And if they didn't put there a bunch of crap and make unique OP only airdrop weapons, hype about opening that wouldn't die. And now we get hot drop zones with golden weapons, an airdrop with same golden weapons, and airdrop with red weapons, which are not always better than weapons which you can pick up from the ground. So if nothing changes, I'm expecting that new crates gonna get the same fate as normal airdrops and people don't gonna care much about them. By the way, did you know that EVA 8 is back on ground? And what weapon gonna go in airdrop instead? Yep, that's R99 baby. The fastest killing SMG in Apex gonna be more deadly. Peacekeeper got also major change. His bullet spread was reworked and now it's looking way different, more like a Bocek does. And also Master has less pellets, but overall damage is kinda the same. All those changes supposed to give shotguns more consistent damage. But there is a very important thing that nobody talks about. And this thing is the future of all SMGs. Airdrop R99 got damage drop off. Just look at that. And also we got a Havoc nerf. Its hipfire spread now is pretty wild, but at 5 meters it's still kinda good. Anyways, soon everyone gonna forget about that problem because machine guns gonna obliterate everyone. And the reactive skin for season 22 will get P2020. Would be actually strange if dual wielding killing feature of this season didn't get a reactive skin. Hemlock got nerfed. Time between bursts is increased, and he lost a little damage from 20 to 19. That's unfortunate to hear, but gladly we got Energy Hemlock, which is still really good. Flatline got nerfed too, all magazines lost a few bullets, but maximum bullets on RTO1 and Alternator is increased. By the way, Disruptor rounds no more. So looks like RTO1 is back on track. This weapon was always lacking damage in a clip, so very often wounded enemy was getting behind the cover. And why Havoc became so popular? Because he doesn't have that issue. Also huge change with aim assist. It was a hot topic for a long time. Now on PC it got nerfed by 25%. Also, it's nerfed for console players who crossplays. When it comes to console-only matches, aim assist still the same. Also, we got a death box redesign. Now all needed goodies are on top, so accessing them in a hit is much easier. Highly appreciate that. And we got some changes with tracker. They now divided into arts and tracker by itself, so you can put any banner on any legend and then choose what exact stat you want to display on top of that banner. Looks pretty cool. I hope one day they make a palette with colors for character skins, so you can customize them like cars in earliest Need for Speeds or actually like in Warframe. Imagine how cool that could be. Alright guys, enough dreaming. That was all major changes that are awaiting us in Season 22. So I'm wishing you a good day, and next time we see, I'll have something interesting for y'all. Bye!